Bright Duty. Every student matters.
Inside this, we are coming to discuss with this. In comparison to this, it is given over here the Rajya Sabha. Then we have the Legislative Council. The same way, what is the position of the upper house? It is at the country level. The same way, at the state level, this is the upper house. And it is also considered as the permanent. Both these are considered as the permanent houses. Permanent house. They never dissolve. Their members are retired after the certain time periods. It is of the 6 years. The time period of this, the members they have their duration, the tenure is of the 6 years. For this, the Rajya Sabha and for the Legislative Council. So India is a very large democratic country with 28 states, and it has 3 levels of governments: the central, the state and the union territory. State governments are below the level of the central government, and each state of the country is governed by the state government. Every state, they have their own government. State governments, now this is the flow chart given about that. It's very easy to understand with the reference of this flow chart. State government, they have the 3 different organs, just like as the national government. We have the executive, legislature and judiciary. Then executive, head is the governor, followed by chief minister and the council of ministers. Legislature, it has the 2 houses, upper house, legislative council. Then this is the legislative assembly, lower house. This is the permanent upper house. It is also known as the permanent house. And this is non-permanent. It can dissolve, cannot dissolve. Tenure is 6 years, tenure is 5 years. So this is a state government comprises the governor and the chief minister with his council of ministers. The governor is appointed by the president. This is very important. Governor is not elected. Governor is appointed by the president. And the tenure of the governor is of the 5 years and has the executive powers, but the actual powers are in the hands of the chief minister and his council of ministers. But as the head, the governor is the executive head of the state. The same way we have the system of judiciary also. We have the high courts. At the state level we are discussing, not at the country level. So we have the high court, then we have district courts and the other courts. So this is the system of the governance at the state level. In every state we have the same system. Only thing is that this is present in some of the states and it is not present in some of the states. So this is about that, the state government. Legislative councils are available only in the 6 states of our country. The first of all, it is there in Andhra Pradesh. Then followed by Bihar, Jharkhand, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh. These are the 6 states where the legislative councils are being practiced. They have the bicameral legislature at the state government level. The structure of the state government, the same thing is given in a very detailed way. Executive, legislature, judiciary, state governor, the governor of a state appointed by the president on the recommendation of the central government, Chief Minister, Leader of the Legislative Assembly appointed by the Governor, Council of Ministers, members selected by the Chief Minister appointed by the Governor. This is the entire process of the executive, how they are getting appointed and who they are playing the main role behind the appointment of the ministers. The members of the state government or state executive. Then comes to the second, it is legislature, lawmaking body, legislative council, indirectly elected members. Optional, only few states have legislative council. Only 6 states are there which they have the legislative council. In the previous slide just now we have discussed about the states. They are Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana. These are the 6 states where they have the bicameral legislature or they have the facility of the legislative council. Other than that, rest of the 22 states, they have only and only the legislative assembly. So this is legislative assembly exists in all states, members directly elected by the people. Here members are indirectly elected. In legislative council, members are indirectly elected. Indirectly, they are elected. And this legislative assembly members are directly elected, and we have this facility in the 22 states. 6 states only they have the bicameral legislature. State legislature, most states have one house of legislature called unicameral. This is unicameral. Some states have 2 houses called bicameral. They have Vidhan Sabha or Legislative Assembly and Vidhan Parishad or Legislative Council. This is Hindi and English both the way. It has been explained over here. And this flow chart also says that governor is at the head of the executive. So it is at the top, and then legislature comes under him, and the legislature is having the 2 different houses, Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council, if the state is having facility of the bicameral legislature. Then otherwise, then if not, then we have the unicameral legislature. Most of the states in our country, we have the facility of the unicameral legislature. Process of electing the representatives in the state. Now, what is the process? How these members are elected? So, each state is divided into constituencies. Everywhere we have the constituencies. Then what happens? From each constituency, 1 member is elected. The number of members should not be less than 60. Some of the exceptional cases are also there, which we will discuss in the later part. And the maximum members should not more than 500. Some states like Goa, Mizoram and Sikkim have less than 60 members. Because these states are both the way area wise as well as population wise, they are very small. So they have less than 60 members. Otherwise, the constitutional provision is that not less than 60 and not more than 500. Maximum member are there from Uttar Pradesh. The governor has the right to elect one member from the Anglo-Indian community if there is no any adequate representation of that community in the assembly. This is the power of the governor. Can appoint in Anglo-Indian community. If suppose they did not get elected during the election process, and if the governor feels that the Anglo-Indian community is missing out, then he has the power to appoint to nominate actually. The nomination, it is known as the nominated by the governor. So the governor has the power to nominate one of the member from the Anglo-Indian community. So this way, the process of election of the representatives in the states are being conducted or taking place. The requirements for contesting assembly elections. What is the requirement? What is the basic criteria required to become the member or to contest the election to become the member of the Legislative Assembly as MLA? Who can become or who can contest the election for MLA? The contestant should be a citizen of India. This is the first and the foremost the criteria for to become the MLA. Must be a citizen of India. Contestant should not be less than 25 years of age. He or she cannot be a government employee. So the most important thing is that he or she must be a citizen of India and not less means they are not less than 25 years of age. 25 years and above is the criteria for the age and not be a government employee. The contestant should be a registered voter in the state from where he or she wants to contest for elections. Lastly, the contestant should not have any criminal background. This is also very important about that. If anyone wants to contest the election, they must have to fulfill all these criteria. Citizen of India, not less than 25 years of age, not be a government employee, registered with the state from wherever they wanted to contest the elections, and not having any criminal background. So this is about that the requirements for contesting assembly elections. Whosoever wants to become an MLA, they must have to fulfill all these criteria.